Kahoot is a game-based response system that can be used by teachers and administrators. It provides the opportunity to create quizzes, discussions, and surveys, in which creates a social and game-like environment. You can either create your own, or you can come up to public Kahoots and search any type of subject that you would like to find already pre-made Kahoots for your class. I'm going to go ahead and go to the new Kahoot and create a survey. It is a great way to receive feedback very quick and easy, and it's a great way to check for understanding with your students. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a survey name, as if I was going to use this with my faculty. So I would like to ask them a question about professional development to get their opinion. So I'm going to ask them, what would you like to focus on at the next committee day? You can choose an image to show up in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this from Google. Okay, some possible answers may be to learn some new iPad apps, learn how to navigate Infinite Campus with all of the new changes, learn new web tools for the classroom, and maybe focus on student data and new resources for those students. So I'm going to save and continue. I'm going to set my privacy settings to private, and this is going to be used at a school. Once you save and continue, when the teachers are logging in, or even students, they have a PIN that all they have to do is type into their device. So I'm going to go ahead and add a YouTube video, so it kind of keeps everyone busy while everyone logs in. So I'm going to use this Kid President Pep Talk video. All you have to do is paste it and click Done. The challenge is that everyone would need a mobile device, so you might need a tablet, iPad, or an iPhone. I'm going to go ahead and launch this. As you can see, the video will start playing, and then everyone can put in their game pin. They can either leave this window down that shows the game pin, or you can minimize it to show the video. So I'm going to go ahead and put in our game pin. Once you do that, each of the students or teachers would write their name. As you can see, once they are in, their name shows up on that main screen, which you could project on a smartboard. So I'm going to go ahead and start the game. And as you can see over here on the mobile device, the possible answers show up as a shape that correlate with the question and your possible answers. So as you can see, there is a timer, which could be challenging because some students or teachers may need more time than is given. I'm going to go ahead and select my answer. Once everyone is selected, you can see it shows up as a bar graph to see which option received the most votes. This would be great to use as a getting to know you activity, a new teacher orientation quiz, using votes at a faculty meeting, and there are numerous ways you could use it in the classroom with your students. Kahoot is similar to Quizlet because the students are being quizzed as a game and they get to see who has the highest score. However, the access is very quick and easy for students and teachers because students do not need an account. It is also a quick formative assessment that makes it fun for students. There is a timer though, so students who answer the quickest receive the most points. Kahoot is also similar to Smartboard Centios because they are answering multiple choice questions. However, teachers have to create classes beforehand, which does take time, so they have to individually enter each student's name, whereas on Kahoot, each student just enters their own name right when they're logging into the game. You can also download the results at the end to keep track of a class result or your faculty's results. So when you click download, it automatically uploads into an Excel file where it has the names of each of the players and each of the answers that they chose. So this is a great way to keep track where your students are, what they need help on, if they're struggling in any way. The second mobile tool is Nearpod. This is an interactive presentation tool. So some aspects about Nearpod: you can keep track of different videos in your library, so it could be ones that you create or ones that you download for free. You can also look up ones that have already been made. One drawback is that some of these are very pricey, but they are like entire units that you can use with your students. The grade levels range from kindergarten up through high school, so there are some great lessons in here. Join is where you would enter the PIN number in to join a presentation. It is very similar to Kahoot because you have a PIN number, you're joining in, and then once you're logged in, you are there to follow the whole presentation. You can also create your own. And there's also a place where reports are stored. So every time you do it with a class, it'll store everyone's responses. On Nearpod, when you want to make your own presentation, you click Add Slide. You can add different types of content, so maybe a video, a slideshow, those are all the different free ones. Or you can add an activity. So this is similar to PowerPoint or Smart Notebook because you are making a presentation with different slides and you make it however you want. But the difference with Nearpod is that you can create different activities to keep the students engaged and conduct formative assessment. So maybe you want to put in a mini quiz about what you just talked about or an open-ended question. So I'm going to go ahead and show one that I was working on. This one would be used as an administrator. So as the teachers come in, they will put in the PIN number and have this welcome screen. This one could be used at a faculty meeting. Some of the tools would be adding an open-ended question. Teachers can type their response and submit. All of those responses then would show up on the principal's iPad. Another tool would be taking a poll. Again, teachers or students just submit their answer, and all of it is kept track on that master iPad. And the last one is the Draw tool. This is a great tool to be used in the classroom. So if there's anything being learned in science or maybe a math question, you can have students draw it and submit. And you'll see that when you go to your results, this is one that I had done a little bit with 4th grade. So it tells you exactly how the students did, correct answers, wrong answers, how they did on quiz questions that were throughout the presentation, their answers on a poll, their answers to open-ended questions, and exactly what they drew for the draw. Now whenever the students are submitting these answers, it's going to show up directly on your iPad so you can keep track. So going through here, I went through and pulled up some of the drawings so we could talk about them as a class. So anytime I click them, it gets displayed right on the iPad of each student, and it also gets displayed on the smartboard. So it's a great way to have collaboration on different students' work. VoiceThread is a web-based collaboration tool. To create a new VoiceThread, you have to upload some type of media, so you would need to get a picture from your computer or take one from your webcam. Once you have a picture taken, you can post comments or videos. So as you can see over here, this is what the text comments would look like. And you can also add the audio comments. So here's an example of the audio.
As an administrator, you may want to flip your faculty meetings so it makes the best use of your time. You could make a VoiceThread slide with different videos so you could review exactly what is going to be talked about at the faculty meeting. Other teachers could also post recordings of their own comments on each of the slides, and they can type comments if they would rather do that. This works as a great collaboration tool as well because the teachers can interact before even coming to faculty meeting.
So those are some ways that teachers can collaborate. As you can see down here, they can post their comment, so they can either make a voice recording, make a video, they can put in their cell phone number and VoiceThread will call them so they can make a comment, or they can just simply use the text. Administrators could use this also, besides flipping their faculty meetings. They can post questions on here and the teachers can post their comments and collaborate that way. Another way administrators could use VoiceThread would be to share different tools that teachers can use, whether it be web tools or mobile tools, and give examples. Teachers could also collaborate on there and say how they're using it in their classroom and how they like it. It is similar to having EdModo or Twitter because you are collaborating back and forth, but VoiceThread allows you to use other tools such as the video, text, and voice. The challenges of using VoiceThread are that it is time-consuming making the different slides, and also everyone who accesses VoiceThread and wants to add comments must have an account. And as you can see over here, I do not have a picture as my avatar, but teachers could make their own account and their pictures would show up and it would just kind of surround this picture here, and everyone's comments would play through for each slide. You can also browse through public threads on here and post comments, and these also have great ideas for ways that you can use it in a classroom and make different picture writing, collaborate on things for history, or post comments to different types of art.